Do the deep waters of Pisces hide unexpected currents? Dive with us into the elusive labyrinths of the Pisces soul, a sign often perceived as the eternal dreamer, but whose depths sometimes conceal very real challenges. Beneath the ethereal veil of their compassion lie less obvious tendencies, which, if not mastered, can draw them into troubled waters. Their incessant quest for escape, that irrepressible need to flee reality sometimes too harsh, constitutes one of their most significant undercurrents. It is not out of weakness that they withdraw, but from an intrinsic difficulty in confronting the world's brutality, often preferring the safe shores of their fertile imagination. Their hypersensitivity, both the source of their extraordinary empathy and their Achilles' heel, makes them astonishingly vulnerable to external moods and energies. Every word, every glance, every vibration can resonate with a magnified intensity within them, sometimes leaving them overwhelmed by a torrent of emotions they struggle to identify or channel. This permeability exposes them to emotional exhaustion, transforming constructive criticism into a deep wound or a simple disagreement into a genuine inner storm. They absorb the world's sorrows like sponges, sometimes at the expense of their own serenity. Another facet of their nature, often perplexing to those around them, is their propensity for indecision, a near-permanent hesitation when facing life's choices. Their desire to hurt no one, combined with a difficulty in identifying their own deep desires, pushes them to drift from one option to another, unable to cast anchor. This lack of clear direction can make them appear passive or malleable, ready to follow the current rather than charting their own course. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to receive your daily horoscope. And for those who want something unique, I've put in the description a link to your personalized horoscope, which I personally create based on your birth date and your first name. Now let's pick up where we left off. They can feel torn between 1,000 possibilities, making every decision, even the most trivial, a true existential dilemma. Their generous heart and unwavering faith in humanity also make them susceptible to a certain naivety, sometimes leaving them vulnerable to manipulation and disappointment. They have a unique ability to see the best in everyone, which is admirable, but they can also ignore warning signs, lulled by their constant hope for a better world. This blind trust, though beautiful, can lead them down paths fraught with pitfalls, where disillusionment often awaits. They struggle to comprehend malice, which can make them targets for those who do not hesitate to take advantage of their kindness. From this gentleness sometimes stems a disconcerting passivity, a lack of initiative or a difficulty in asserting their own needs and boundaries. Like a reed that bends with the wind, they tend to yield to the will of others, to avoid conflict at all costs, even if it means sacrificing their own aspirations. They may let themselves be carried by events, waiting for an external force to guide them rather than taking the reins of their destiny. This tendency to self-effacement can trap them in situations that do not suit them, simply because they failed to say no. Finally, the shadow of melancholy is never far from these aquatic souls, as their deep connection with the world and its suffering can plunge them into sometimes heavy states of sadness. Their empathy exposes them to collective pain, and they can easily feel overwhelmed by the weight of others' woes, leading to unexpected mood swings. This propensity for melancholy can tinge their perception of life, causing them to dwell on dark thoughts or feel misunderstood, even within their own circle. They perceive shades of gray where others only see bright colors. The depths of Pisces, though sometimes troubled by these underlying currents, are also the birthplace of infinite beauty and compassion. These challenges are not burdens, but invitations to transform their sensitivity into strength, their intuition into wisdom, to navigate the oceans of existence with heightened awareness, revealing the full splendor of their mystical soul. This was Talia. Feel free to subscribe. You'll find in the description a link to your personalized horoscope, which I create myself based on your date of birth and first name. See you soon.